It's great to see him.
They're not the easiest thing to learn sometimes. But
there is so much wisdom and knowledge contained in those languages, and we can learn so much about the environment, about the land, about the people.
as diverse as British Columbia's landscapes are, so are the languages that occupy it. Surrounded by beautiful colored lighting, this Living Languages exhibit emphasizes the aliveness of the languages.
The people here have worked so hard to keep their languages alive, and our languages are living, and so we wanted to focus on life rather than death.
For me, this project has been an opportunity to work very closely with First Peoples Cultural Council to come up with something very unique and very special to our organization.
Walking through the exhibit, one of my favorite spaces was the Cradle of Language.
Let's create a little space in the round with these little cocooning pods that you sit back into, and there's a speaker above your head, and the language just washes over you.
It mimicked what growing up in a native household might have felt and sounded like.
So while the baby was sleeping and she was bouncing the baby on the cradle, they would tell stories, they'd laugh, and they'd talk to the baby.
Soothing and calming. There are over 30 different language groups in BC, and they're all represented by this forest of languages.
One thing led to another through this open dialogue we were having. We went from a literal forest of actual bark and sculpture to actually this sort of more stylized look, very sort of modern and contemporary.
It was this open dialogue paired with active teamwork and mutual respect both sides had that's behind the success of this exhibit.
I've also listened to First Nations people who've come to visit
and hug these poles, these language forests.
They're so happy that finally they can see themselves actually reflected.
And have this profoundly emotional experience, walking in and being able to listen to their language.
In a museum, in a place where we can learn about ourselves.
Collaborating can go a long way, and we get to reap the results of true partnership. This exhibit's on for 3 years and waiting for you to come and listen. From the Royal BC Museum in Victoria, I'm Rajie Kabli.